Hey fellow foodies! To start off the new year, I'm taking you on a tour of the 50 states. Let's go with something sweet and head over to Alabama for their most famous dessert, pecan pie. To make the flakiest pastry crust, put 2 cups of flour in a bowl. Add in a pinch of salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Then, we're going to cut up 2 sticks or 1 cup of cold butter into little pieces. Then add that into our flour. Make sure that the butter is cold. Then using our pastry blender or our hands, cut the butter into tiny little pieces and mix it with the flour. Also, we're going to add in 4 to 5 tablespoons of cold water and form the dough until it's almost combined. Then we're going to flour our surface and start packing our dough together until it forms into a round flat disc. If you want to prepare this ahead of time, you can freeze your dough for later and defrost it in the fridge the day you want to use it. After that, we're going to saran wrap it and chill it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. You want to be able to see the little chunks of butter in your dough. This is what helps make it flaky when baked. Next, we want about 2 cups of pecans. Give them a rough chop, and this will help it absorb all of the sugary syrup that we will mix with it. I also set aside around 20 whole pecans for decoration. In the next step, let's crack 3 eggs in a bowl. This is to make sure we don't accidentally include eggshells into our syrup. And I'm also adding half a cup of brown sugar and also 1 cup of corn syrup. I use Karo, or you can use any kind of corn syrup you like. Also add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and I also added in 1 teaspoon of bourbon, which is optional. In this recipe, I'm actually using Fireball whiskey instead to give it a more cinnamony flavor. Next, add in 1/4 cup of melted butter and then combine. Give it a whisk and make sure there's no lumps. Then set aside. Now that our dough has been chilled, flour our surface again a bit and roll out our pie dough. Roll it from the center outward and keep turning it every so often so that it's even. Roll it out to about 1/4 inch thick and about 13 inches across. This will give us around 1 1/2 inch hanging off of our pie plate. And I'm using my scissors to cut off the excess dough. You can either crimp your dough or press it down the edges. Then, we're going to add in our cut up pecans. Then add in our sugar syrup and give it a little mix to make sure that they are evenly distributed. I'm topping the pie with the whole pecan for decoration. Also, another important thing is don't forget to put an egg wash around all of the edges of your dough so that it will come out nice and golden brown when baked. Bake it in the oven for 350 degrees for an hour, and about 25 minutes into the baking time, make sure to put a foil on the whole pie so that the crust doesn't burn or turn too brown. And make sure to let it cool for about 15 minutes before slicing into your first piece. Come explore and join me on this virtual travel tour of some of the famous dishes from all over the 50 states. I hope you try these recipes and give me a thumbs up and share my channel if you enjoy them. And as always, thanks for watching!